Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of voice of radio, and today is a very, very good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we have a new Mamoswine card, and it's been a long time since we had a new Mamoswine card. How long? September 2017. Was the last time Japan got a new Mamoswine card, which means we are near as darn it 4.5 years since we actually got a new Mamoswine. So you're going to have to forgive me, right, for making a video all about this Mamoswine, because Mamoswine is my favourite Pokemon. Bar none. There is a reason why Mamoswine features in the logo of this channel. There is a reason why I've got a Mamoswine sitting cutie on my desk right next to me at the moment. Quite frankly, I am a gigantic fan of Mamoswine. And given that it's basically been half a decade since we've had a new Mamoswine, you better believe I'm going to enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen. You better believe it. Shout out to the lovely Antoine Boulet, who did provide a translation here and tag me in their post about it, and also to everybody else who did tag me in their posts about Mamoswine. You guys are awesome. Bunch of people got in touch with me. You guys are rad. Is this new Mamoswine any good? Yes, obviously. So we got 180 HP, which is as high as we see on Stage 2 Pokemon, so go Mamoswine. That's pretty cool. We've got a retreat cost of 4, which is extremely high, and we don't actually have Heavy Ball at the moment, which is a bit sad. But, you know, maybe one day we'll get Heavy Ball back. And if we do get Heavy Ball back, Mamoswine becomes so much better. Then we've got a weakness to Metal, which on the one hand, I want to say is bad, because let's face it, Genesect is everywhere. And on the other hand, Genesect's got one attack that does 210 damage, so it really doesn't matter if you're weak to Genesect or not, you will be going down. And you're a water Pokemon, which means you hit weakness on fire! Yeah! It's honestly not that relevant at the moment, but I'm hoping that Magma Basin is going to make Fire Dex better again, so Stadium that accelerates energy, so that I can enjoy having a Mamoswine. What does it do? For 1 water, 2 colorless energy, 80 damage, plus 10 to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. And look, it's a Stage 2 Mamoswine and it's expensive. We should probably start off talking about the fact that it's expensive, but I'm not actually overly concerned about it. Because we do have ways to accelerate energy. Although, to be fair, the best way to accelerate energy at the moment is Frostmoth, and Frostmoth will be rotating August-September time. Mamoswine's going to be in our set after Brilliant Stars, our May set, which means we're going to have about 3 months-ish before Frostmoth rotates, which is going to be awkward, but for the time being, Frostmoth will accelerate a whole bunch of water energy as much as you like to your Mamoswine. For anyone that's wondering, Frostlass will work, but Frostlass is 1 energy per evolution, and you're also going to be losing Scoop Up Net when the rotation hits, so it's not even like you're going to be able to reuse it that easily, so that's kind of out. And Melanie is also only 1 water energy at a time, and only to Pokemon V, which this isn't. Seriously, what do we have to do to get a Mamoswine chase card around here? We've never had a Mamoswine chase card. The closest we've had is Mamoswine GL that came around in Rising Rivals, which wasn't a chase card, incidentally. Like, not even a little bit. It was just a non-holo rare, but it was the best we've had. Yeah, that is the closest we've ever had to a chase card. Although, thanks to a lovely viewer, I do have a beautifully framed version of this card in my haul, which is absolutely wonderful. Go team! So yeah, Mamoswine. This attack is good. I like it. But free energy on a Stage 2 to only do 80 to the active is a pain. This is an attack that basically takes too long to get rolling. 80 damage will get Evolving Basics and a bunch of Stage 1s, and it will spread 10 to each of your opponent's bench, which is nice, but it's not exactly going to run through your opponent's board as fast as you might be hoping. I hope that isn't an unfair thing to say. So, yeah. But the second attack, the second attack I can absolutely get behind. Now, it is 2 water, 2 colorless, so let's not pretend it's not expensive, it's very expensive. But you deal 170 damage, discard an energy from this Pokemon, and the defending Pokemon cannot attack during your opponent's next turn. And this one, I mean, look, you're talking about 4 energy on a stage 2. That is very expensive. That is a lot, blah, blah, blah. But taking everything else away, this is a good attack. Now, 170 is actually a super annoying amount of damage because it's 10 away from getting stuff like Crobat. Although, do remember that nowadays an awful lot of people are going to be playing Choice Belt, which will do an extra 30 to Pokemon V. And that does include VMAX and V-Star. So you will get a bunch of weaker Pokemon V. You won't get most of them that hit, 210, 220, which is most of the good ones. But you will get a bunch of support Pokemon V and weaker Pokemon V. But the crucial part of this attack is the fact that the defending Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. And this reminds me very much of an old Beartic, which did a similar kind of thing. And this old Beartic was kind of lovely because it had an attack that stopped you attacking the following turn, or stopped the defending Pokemon attacking the following turn. And the theory here essentially is, it doesn't matter how much damage you're doing if the defending Pokemon can't attack. And to be fair, the Beartic from Emerging Powers only did 50 damage. Mamoswine does 170. Now, it is 4 energy on a stage 2 rather than 3 energy on a stage 1, which is obviously relevant, but if you can get this rolling, this can completely shut your opponent down. But we need to mention how the rulings work here, and essentially the deal is, if a Pokemon is in the active and goes to the bench, any effects along these lines are removed. Which means if you hit the active, if they go to the bench and a new Pokemon comes up, they can attack. But even if they go to the bench and then that same Pokemon becomes active, they can still attack. So what you really want to do here is try and disrupt your opponent. Things like Galamine, to stop your opponent being able to retreat easily, are going to be quite nice, although again that will be rotating out about 3 months after we get Mamoswine. Any kind of hand disruption is going to be very nice here. Certainly, if we ever get a reprint of something like N, the idea of ending your opponent to a single card hand and then attacking with Mamoswine to force your opponent not to be able to retaliate, that's the kind of thing that leads to wins. That's how this could become really, really good. And of course, one of the things Beartic was played with back in the day was Vileplume. The idea, of course, is that your opponent cannot play item cards because Vileplume's locking them, and therefore their ways of getting out the active are significantly reduced, and so they're kind of forced to stay in the active, but when they're staying in the active, they can't attack, and then you kind of win from there. Problem is, we don't have any good item lock at the moment. And I don't like that we don't have any good item lock at the moment. But we don't, ladies and gentlemen, we just don't. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's just the way things are. So, Mamoswine then, not the easiest card ever to use, but you're talking about a Pokemon that, yeah, it's a stage 2, and yeah, it takes 4 energy. None of this has escaped me. But it's the best Mamoswine we've had for a long time. And I speak as a man who is obsessed with and has spent an awful lot of time studying Mamoswine cards. If you get this rolling, and you can lock your opponent out of attacking, you can basically win the game. Like, your opponent only gets to attack after you've taken a prize, and you're using one prize Pokemon and they're probably not, so you're gonna win the prize race. Yes, there are a bunch of problems. You're a stage 2, not ideal. 4 energy, not ideal. There are ways to play around this attack, not ideal. But at the end of the day, this is a genuinely useful attack, which I think could be fun. I'm giving it 5 Wassies. And if you thought there was any chance I was giving this anything less than 5 Wassies, I don't know, maybe watch more videos. Maybe learn my love of Mamoswine. I would love it if you did. That would make me very happy indeed. One thing I do want to mention before we end the video, though, over on the official website, they have uploaded this image of Mamoswine as well. Now, this is that new holo pattern I showed you the other day. The holo pattern isn't new. What is interesting is the sheer amount of cards that can come along in this holo pattern, and the fact that over on the official website, they have felt the need to actually go about and put these on. And it seems to be that all non-holos, i.e. all commons and uncommons, will be able to come around with this particular pattern. So, to take Vileplume as an example, different Vileplume, we'll get to it soon, that is a holo rare, and there is no other version of it. So it seems to be that all regular commons and uncommons can come through here with this new holo pattern, and yes, that does include Swinub, and yes, that does include Piloswine. Cool! I like this, ladies and gentlemen. This makes me very happy indeed. But I want to know what you think about this new holo pattern, and I want to know what you think about this new Mamoswine. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wazzy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.